Are you feeling stressed out and overworked? 4 words can help you reduce your stress, I promise. So what are these 4 magical words? Yes, no, and not now. So you may be thinking, okay, well, what the heck does that mean? These 4 powerful words helped me realign my priorities in a way that felt good to me, that worked for my family, that worked for my business, and really, at the end of the day, helped me reduce my stress. So, how did that work? First, I said yes. I said yes to the things that brought me joy, that were fulfilling my purpose, that were the best things for me and my family. But what that required was for me to use that tiny little painful word, no. It is the hardest word for women, moms especially, to say. We don't like to say no. We want to be all the things to everybody. But we simply can't. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough energy in our tank to say yes to everything. So we have to say yes to the things that we need in our life. And we have to start saying no to the things that we don't want to do, we can't do, or whatever category that fits into. We just know internally that there are some things we should say no to. So those are your first 2 words. The last 2 words, I think, are the most powerful, and they're not now. So you think about that and you're wondering, what does that mean? What does that look like? Sometimes those amazing ideas that you have, those amazing opportunities that come your way, aren't meant for right now. They aren't meant for you to do in the immediate future. Maybe they're down the road. Maybe they're at a different time when your work schedule is a little less and you can manage a little bit more. But it is this beautiful in-between that you can still hold on to those things, but set them aside for a little bit. These 4 words were super powerful in my life and in my mom journey, in entrepreneurship, wanting to be the best mom that I could be, to set aside the mom guilt, to serve women, amazing women that needed help taking care of themselves. They needed to search out and find their purpose, discover joy and contentment in their life, and look and see if maybe there was a little bit of an entrepreneur on the inside. So 2 years ago, I said a big yes and a big no and some not nows. And the reduction in my stress was unbelievable. Prior to that, I said yes to everything because I was so excited to have the opportunities to do things, to work on projects that I loved, and to work with people that I enjoyed, and volunteer for everything because I loved it. But it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for me. And at the end of the day, it didn't allow me to be the mom, to be the wife, to be the friend, to be the volunteer that I wanted to be. It left me feeling empty and discouraged and depleted and giving leftovers to everyone. So what did I say yes to? I said yes to running a skincare business in direct sales. I said yes to running with that and helping as many women as possible get amazing skin, build immense confidence, because the bottom line is when we love what we see in the mirror, it changes who we are fundamentally. It changes how we show up in every situation, and it truly does build confidence. The other thing that I did was I said no, and it was a big, huge, scary no. I said no to my first business, to my design business, to my successful design business that I had run for 10 years. But when I took a pause for our family to move, I finally realized that it had completely burnt me out. mostly because I always said yes. I said yes to every project. I got excited about every project and I wanted to do it all. And I ran myself into the ground. I wasn't healthy. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping well. I was completely stressed out. But I had not taken enough time to slow down to even notice it. So I had to say no. So on a random Tuesday morning, I walked into the kitchen and told my husband I was closing my design business. Thankfully, I have an amazing, supportive husband who knew that I also had a growing skincare business. And he said, okay, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to serve all these amazing women and help them take care of themselves and help me take care of myself too along the way. So that takes care of our yes and our no. My not now projects at the time were a podcast. I really wanted to start a podcast. That's still in the not now category. Maybe this year that will happen because I have some amazing women in my life that I want to interview so that they can share their stories about how they're taking care of themselves, how they didn't always do that, how they figured out what self-care looks like for them. And I am excited to share their stories. And someday, maybe soon, maybe next year, I'll be able to share it in that way. One of the other not nows was my book. So I am writing a book for busy moms to help them figure out how to take care of themselves, what a self-care plan looks like, what it should include, what it doesn't need to include, how to overcome those internal objections that we have about taking care of ourselves. Things like it's too expensive, I'm too busy, everybody needs me. Any of those sound familiar? Well, the beautiful thing about that not now is in this year, it is becoming a yes. I am beginning the process of finishing the writing of that book and editing and preparing to self-publish that book this year. And I'm so excited about that. But that's the beauty of the not now. It eventually either becomes a yes or a no. And it gets to sit in limbo, which isn't always easy. But I think it takes the pressure off that it doesn't have to, everything doesn't have to be a definitive yes or no. So I hope that you can take these 4 words, apply them to some of the decision making that you are in right now to reduce the guilt and reduce your stress and live out your purpose. I also believe that we have bought into the lie that we can balance it all. And I hope that these 4 words will help you find your flow in your life so that no, you don't have balance, but you have contentment, you have joy, and you have peace and calm with less stress. I did write a blog post about finding your flow in your life. If you want to check that out, I'll link that below. But I hope that you will take these 4 words and put them into practice and let me know how it's going.